Yo, what is good YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single Galactic Conqueror's Pink Diamond from best to worst here on this list, and I'm going to be going through all 30 of them, looking at their stats and badges, and ranking which ones I think are the best and which ones are the worst. You can use this list, as well as whatever cards you like to pick which Galactic Guardians you want to collect for each one of these spots, or for each division. You only get 6 in total, 1 from each division, so keep that in mind. But there's some really, really good ones, and in all honesty, there aren't very many bad ones, which made building this list pretty hard, to be completely honest. It took me a good 30 minutes plus to build out this list of all 30 of these cards. But with that being said, before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 10,000 subscriber mark on the channel. We hit 10K here just a couple days ago. Really do appreciate all the support of the channel. Pushing towards that 10K mark, which is a big deal, so would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. Number 30 is going to be ImJustIsaac. I think he's the worst of the group as a Pink Diamond. 88 speed and excel is good, but he can't really shoot. 57 3 ball is an issue. He's also undersized a bit at the power forward position, only 6'8", so he's already got a couple of flaws right there. Obviously, he's very good defensively and as a slasher, but an undersized guy who can't shoot is not great. The ImJustIsaac release, even on quick, is not going to be a good, particularly great release either. So overall, a guy who can't shoot who's undersized at power forward, considering how good these cards really are, and trust me, they're really good, ImJustIsaac is the worst. Gonna try to go through each cards pretty quick, so just this video isn't too long. But Mitch Robinson comes in at number 29. Despite being 7'1", he's only got a 52 shot 3 and 70 speed and excel, which is just not great. He's missing a lot of badges as well, shooting and playmaking, so not really gonna be able to shoot the ball whatsoever, even with a decent release. Does not move well, and really just an inside center. That's all he is. He's also kind of slow at only 70 speed, so he's got a couple relatively significant flaws, and considering how good most of these cards are, again, a couple significant flaws is easily enough to put you pretty high on the list. Same thing with Gobert, 7'1" with a 7'8" wingspan, incredible size but can't shoot. That's about all you got to say. You can't shoot a 3 ball, you're going to be low on the list. It really is that simple. But I'll be honest, those are the only three cards in this set that I think are bad cards. Like Marcin Gortat, who I have next at 27, I actually think is halfway decent. 10 Hoffs, all interior badges. He can kind of shoot with a 78 3 ball, and he actually has very, very capable defense as well. Good defensive badges. This card is not bad. He needs quick first step. He needs some shooting badges added, but he already has bailout and break starter, no clamp breaker. But the release on slow, Steven Adams base on slow, and no movement, as well as basic leaner. Those are the main reasons that I have him this low, is because his animations are very poor, and statistically and badge wise, he's still not next level elite. So the animations are really bad on this card though, which is why he's as low as he is. Antoine Walker's coming in at number 26 for me. I think this is probably too low, I'll be honest. 6'9". He's got good size at small forward. He's a very, very good shooter, but he's a very mediocre playmaker and defender. Statistically, he's pretty good, but the Bismack Biyombo base, even on quick, I don't think this is a very good release. So that is kind of an issue, as well as the fact that his release is not all that good. Movement is okay, not next level amazing, but MJ dribble style is good, as well as the hardened size up. I'm too low on this card, I'll be completely honest. I probably should move him up a spot or two, so keep that in mind. But I gotta say, having a card this low just shows how good these sets are, because he's not that bad, but he's really pretty low on the list. Jamal Murray, same thing. This is a guy who I honestly expected to be one of the better cards in this list. And badge and stat wise, he's actually very good. Defensively, he's not great. No anchor, no brick wall, mediocre defensive stats, but offensively, he's really good. Great shooter, great playmaker, great finisher as well. The release is on slow though, and he doesn't have amazing SIGs either. So a couple of issues there that really kind of hurt this card and prevent him from being a great PG, because he had a lot of potential, but the release on slow is just disgusting. You hate to see that, and that really kind of ruins the card for me. So that's why he comes in at number 25. Number 4 is Bob Lanier. He can kind of shoot, not great. That's kind of an issue. He's not a great defender, but he's decent, and he has good defensive hoffs, which is nice. He's got good interior hoffs as well. Needs a couple of badges added, like bailout and break starter, maybe a couple shooting badges, but he's not terrible. But again, release is kind of mediocre. This Pirtle release isn't bad, I don't think, but I don't think it's great. It could be okay, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll admit I haven't really used Pirtle's release this year. So Lanier is he's fine, but he's not great. Like, he's an average-ish card, so he's coming in at number 24. Number 23 is going to be Kenny the Jet Smith, who is only 6'3" at PG. He's the shortest PG in today's drop, which is the main reason he's this low, because he actually is a very good dunker. I mean, he's an okay defender as well, but 6'3" with no anchor, no brick wall, that hurts. He's not an incredible interior defender. No interceptor either is another big badge 2 missing. So despite being really good offensively with good finishing badges, Hoff limitless, catch, guard up, agent 3s, great playmaking badges as well, there's a lot to like, but you're undersized. He's not a great defender. those things hurt a card, despite the fact that in a lot of other areas he honestly looks pretty good. So for me, he comes in at 23. Number 22 is going to be another one of those slower bigs in LaMarcus Aldridge. He's not slow by any means. They actually made him pretty good. 87 speed and excel for LaMarcus is really, really surprising, but shooting is amazing, which is very good. The defense is pretty mid though, I'll be honest, considering most of the elite bigs in this game now have Hoff anchor and more Hoff defensive badges. He only has Hoff brick wall, and his release even on quick, this Aldridge base isn't great. He also doesn't move well with the Embiid dribble style, so he's very limited. He's a great pick and pop big, but not an incredible release, and a mediocre defender is enough to hold him back this far. Next card on the list is going to be Jason Kidd. I think J Kidd is he's okay. He's 6'4", which is good. He can dunk, but he doesn't have limitless takeoff or posterizer. Shooting wise, Hoff limitless, Hoff catch is really good. Playmaking badges are good as well. He's a very, very good defensive PG, but he's still a little bit undersized, which does hurt him to a certain extent. The release, even on quick, I don't think J Kidd's release is incredible, but it's not bad. But he's not a bad card. Trade dribble style is okay. The Lillard moving crossover means he doesn't have a good drag back, which hurts as well. So there's a few issues with this card. Little undersized, not a great release, not great sigs, not a great slasher. So he's not bad, but he's just not incredible. Vin Baker is going to be the next player. I think this is number 20. He's 6'10" at power forward with a 7'3" wingspan. He's a pretty decent shooter, 84 3 ball. Shooting badges and playmaking badges aren't incredible. You need to add things like bailout and break start and then whatever shooting badges you want to add to him. But he's a pretty good defender, just no challenger, clamps, or glove. Kind of hurt, no limitless takeoff as well. Statistically not incredible in any specific area. And this Millsap base is okay, but it's not great. MJ dribble style is nice though, I will say that. He's pretty fine. He's just not incredible. So I think 20 is probably a pretty fair spot considering that's right around average. Now we got Chris Mullin at 19. Another guy who's pretty average. Great shooter with great shooting badges, and he's a decent-ish defender. Not an incredible defender. Still no brick wall or interceptor as well as post lockdown, but he does have anchor on goal, which is nice. Great shooter, pretty good playmaking badges. Finishing badges do leave a bit to be desired, especially with no fast twitch, or sorry, no limitless takeoff, posterizer, or bully. You can add fast twitch, but the MJ dribble style is good. The release is acceptable, but it's not great even on quick. I wish Mullin's release is a little better. I'll say that this year it's not as good as it was last year. So for that reason, again, he's a little bit lower on the list than I think a lot of people would expected. We got another shooting big here coming in at number 18. It's gonna be Matt Bonner, and he is 6'10" with a 6'8" wingspan. So the negative wingspan is annoying. That'll hurt him defensively, and defense badge wise as well is not great. So the stats and badges defensively are not incredible. He does need quick first step added, but he already has bailout and break starter. Shooting badges are incredible, and interior badges are okay. He's a very, very good shooter, not incredible anywhere else. The Ewing base really isn't bad though, especially with a good upper like Nas Reed. If y'all remember Rodman actually had a pretty good release, and now it's on quick. So that Ewing base really is not that bad, despite the fact his upper is horrific. And the Nas Reed upper is very good. So I think he's going to be a knockdown shooter, which is very nice. And he's got pretty decent size. Wish he was a little better defender, but he's not a bad card by any means. So I think 18 is pretty fair for him. Number 17 is going to be another one of the short PGs, and that's going to be Kirk Heinrich. He's also pretty good. The problem with Kirk, though, is only a 75 driving dunk, similar to Jason Kidd. Defensively, he's also pretty similar to Jason Kidd, and badge-wise, all the way around. Now, Kidd is a little bit better playmaker, but the thing that Kirk does have over him is, number one, his movement is probably a little bit better, although they're pretty similar, to be honest. I wouldn't say his movement is that much better, but his release is definitely better. KCP release, quick release timing. He's got the same size as Jason Kidd. These cards are probably, honestly, on pretty fair levels, to be completely honest. They're pretty similar, but I think Kirk is going to be just as good defensively and a little bit more offensively with a little bit better offensively with an improved release. So for me, that's why he slots in slightly higher than J Kidd. DeAndre Hunter comes in next. I think we're around 15th or 16th now. And DeAndre Hunter at 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan, 89 speed and excel, 91 shot 3, 85 driving dunk, very good defender, gold limitless range, good shooting, good playmaking. He's got gold limitless takeoff as well, which is nice. Hoff posterizer, really good defensive badges, gold anchor. Thing about this card, Evan does not like this card. Evan did a gameplay with him earlier today, was not particularly impressed, and his release definitely is not as good as you would hope and as you would expect, to be completely honest. Just definitely not as good of a card as the stats and badges say, because his animations just aren't that great. MJ dribble style, normal size up is fine. His rest of his sigs are kind of eh. So he's not bad. He's just not incredible, and that's why he comes in right around the middle at number 15 or something like that. I forget exactly what number we're on, but it's right around 15, and I do believe it is 15. So number 14 is going to be Tobias Harris. Again, good. Not insane. He's a little slow, and his defense is pretty average. Gold anchor, all the gold defensive badges besides challenger and glove is nice, but he's a great shooter, pretty good finisher, just not a great athlete, but he does have a great release, which is really, really nice. Really, really good release on Tobias Harris. In addition to the elite shooting badges, is super nice. Half Agent 3, half Limitless Range, normal leaner. So he's got really, really nice stats and badges there, as well as great animations. And then defensively, he's good enough where he'll hold it down. He's 6'9" at small forward, so he's got pretty decent size. I think he's just a better version of a guy like Antoine Walker. So for me, he comes in right around the middle at number 14. Number 13 is going to be Dylan Brooks, who I don't love in real life, I'll say that. He's only 6'6", he can play shooting guard though, which is good. 89 speed and excel, 91 shot 3, 95 driving dunk. No half finishing badges, but it's mostly half defensive badges and really good defensive stats, which is super nice. He's got a ton of great defensive badges. Quick first step, catch and shoot, and slippery off ball on half as well. Gold limitless range, gold clamp breaker, unpluckable. Got some good badges on this card for sure. The Dylan Brooks release this year, I'll be completely honest, I haven't used it. If this release stinks, he's lower on the list, so keep that in mind. But I'm assuming it's pretty good on quick. I don't know what his release looks like exactly though, so take that one with a grain of salt. And his movement isn't great. Pro dribble style is not ideal, so he's got a couple of flaws still, but do think he's pretty good, especially defensively. He's incredible, so I think he's a pretty good card. OG Anunoby slots in next at number 12, and OG is 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan, so he's got very, very good size. I think he's really, really good, to be completely honest. 92 speed and excel, 92 shot 3, 90 driving dunk, 88 interior, 92 perimeter, 95 lateral, 94 steal. Really, really good defensive stat badges again, half clamp breaker and quick first step. No limitless range is really his main flaw, because everything else is super nice. He even has handles for days on gold, which I did a gameplay on OG earlier. Thought he didn't have handles for days. He actually does, so take that with a grain of salt that I said that in the game, which is a mistake by me. But OG's release on quick is really good, and he actually moves pretty well with the MJ dribble style. Normal size up and Steph behind the back. So I really like this card a lot. I was very impressed with him when I did gameplay with him, so I think he does deserve a spot pretty high up on the list, and I think he comes in here at number 11 or number 12, somewhere in there. Jetty Osman is next. He's 6'7" with a 6'8" wingspan, 90 speed and excel, 89 shot 3, 90 driving dunk, 85 interior, 92 lateral, 90 block, half bully, fast twitch, catch and shoot, comeback kid, clamp breaker, quick first step, interceptor, menace. A lot of good badges on this card all the way around, which is super nice. And he's got all the key gold badges as well, which is also super nice. Badges like anchor, clamps, challenger, glove, the shooting badges like limitless range. He's got quick first step, handles for days on gold, posterizer and limitless takeoff on gold. So he's got all the key badges, which is really nice. Also, the release is pretty okay. I wouldn't say his release is incredible, but it's pretty good. And he's got the MJ dribble style. Kyrie size up is really good. John Wall escape is really good. So very good SIGs as well. Quick drops off one, which is the best dunk animation in the game. With gold limitless takeoff, he's going to trigger that consistently. So really like Zeddy a lot, and I think he's a top 10-ish card on this list. Del Curry comes in next. I think I have Del at number 9, actually. I think I lost track at some point, miscounted just a little bit. But I think Del is number 9 on this list. He is 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan, 92 speed and excel, 96 shot 3. The low driving dunk is annoying. But remember, he's a 6'5" point guard. He's got the best size of any of the point guards we've looked at yet. Also, incredible shooting badges, half clamp breaker, and quick first step as well. Although he's not a great defender, defensive badges are mediocre, as well as stats. No anchor, no brick wall, no interceptor. And he's not a great slasher. 6'5" at PG with his SIGs, and his release is really, really nice. Gordon Hayward base is amazing. MJ dribble style, Francis size up, Lillard escape. So he's got really good half-court SIGs as well, and then quick drops off one. So overall, a ton to like about Del Curry, despite him not being a great slasher or a defender, in addition to his size at PG, which is very solid. I think he's one of the better cards on this list. Dan Marley comes in at number 8. Got him at 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. He's another elite defensive guy with anchor, challenger, chase down artist, interceptor, off-ball pest. Incredible shooting badges as well. He's got the key playmaking badges outside of break starter, which I would add. No limitless takeoff or posterizer, which is annoying, but he's an incredible 3-and-D guy who can play the 2 or the 3. Has a very good release as well. And then the MJ dribble style still, which is super nice, quick drops as well. So still a very, very good card. Definitely think Marley, despite missing a couple finishing badges, is definitely one of the better cards in this group. And I think he comes in pretty high and deserves his spot. Dorian Finney-Smith, my Mavs, the one Mavericks player, which is, he's really, really good, is 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan, coming in at number 7, 90 speed and excel, 90 shot 3, 90 driving dunk, 90 interior, 90 perimeter, 90 lateral, 90 steal. All 90s basically in everything important. Defensively, he's incredible. He's got half clamp breaker and quick first step, gold limitless range, the other key finishing badges. Does need break starter and bailout added, but he's got gold posterizer as well, which is super nice. Still no limitless takeoff. Kind of annoyed by that. I wish he had that, because that would be the one badge that he's missing that's really, really good. But the DFS release on quick is really good. He's got the MJ dribble style, which is nice as well. And overall, he's a very, very good card. Has quick drops as well. Really elite 3-and-D guy at the 3, one of the better 3s in my team. So I think he deserves his spot pretty high as well. Cedric Ceballos is going to come in here at number 6. Another incredible card who can play shooting guard or small forward. Definitely better at shooting guard. He's fast. He's a solid shooter. No limitless range is annoying, but half clamp breaker, quick first step, very capable defender. Still missing a couple badges. Brick wall and limitless range are really the two that he is missing, but he's an elite slasher, which is super nice. Has a very solid release as well. I think this Rodney McGruder release is pretty good anyway. If the release is bad, I will say move him down. I haven't actually used Ceballos this year, but assuming it's a good release, I love the fact that he's an elite slasher, which most of these cards are, and I think that makes up for him having no limitless and no brick wall, which are a couple of like somewhat-ish crucial badges, but nothing too crazy. I think he's really good though, and I do think he's legitimately a top 6 card at this spot. Number 5 is going to be Dennis Johnson, who's actually probably the best point guard that came out today, or I should say the second best point guard that came out today. At 6'4" with a 6'7" wingspan, 4 out of 5 hotspots assigned to 3, 10 Hoffs include bully, as well as 4 playmaking badges and 5 Hoff defensive badges, including anchor, challenger, clamps, glove, and pick dodger. Defensive stats are incredible. He's super fast. He's a very capable dunker. Has gold posterizer, still no limitless takeoff or limitless range, but he's so good at the PG position, and he's so good defensively as well. And then he's got a good release. Jordan Nwora base, really good. MJ dribble style, De'Aaron Fox size up, John Wall escape, Lillard behind the back. He's got the best SIGs of any card we've looked at today. So not only is he a very capable slasher, elite defender, and great playmaker, but he's got incredible SIGs, and he's a very capable shooter with a good release as well. So overall, Dennis Johnson's a monster. He's incredible. He'd be higher if he wasn't 6'4", to be completely honest. Trevor Ariza comes in at number 4, 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan at the small forward position. He's very good all the way around. He's got gold limitless range. He's got Hoff limitless takeoff and posterizer, Hoff catch and corner, Hoff clamp breaker, quick first step, and 4 elite Hoff defensive badges, in addition to anchor on gold, 95 driving dunk, 90 shot 3, 92 speed and excel, as well as really good defensive stats. He's the best all-around small forward that dropped today in terms of size, all-around badges, all-around stats. Has a really good release as well as the MJ dribble style as well. So a ton to like about Trevor Ariza. Definitely one of the best small forwards in the game. In fact, I think you could argue him being right up near the top of all the small forwards in my team. So top 4 card today. I think he's incredible. And then at number 3, we're going Tyreke Evans. The main thing about Tyreke is that he's 6'6" with a really good player build. So he's got great size for a PG, which is really nice. Having a free PG like Tyreke Evans who can compete against all the tall elite PGs in this game right now is super nice. He's also got Hoff limitless takeoff and bully. So he's in a very good slasher, even with only an 85 driving dunk. He's got the slashing ability as well, which is super nice, as well as the playmaking ability. Defensive stats and badges they're just kind of average. No anchor, no interceptor, no challenger, which is annoying. But with 6'6" at PG, that's okay because he's got the size over most of these other PGs. He's got a good release as well. Movement, even with the trade dribble style, is fine because I do think the trade dribble style, especially on a bigger PG, is fine. And he's still got quick drops off 1 to go with that Hoff limitless takeoff as well. If he wasn't a PG, he'd definitely be lower on the list, but because he is a PG, I think that really helps him out a lot. And he's the one free PG that we have in the game right now that can really compete against every PG in the game, which is huge, and that's why he's a top 3 guy. Number 2 is going to be Miles Turner. They dropped 2 incredible big men today, and one of them being Miles Turner. He can play power forward or center. He's going to be incredible at both. 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan. Hoff limitless range, ton of Hoff defensive badges, really good shooter, good athletic ability, and elite defensive ability. He comes with most of the key badges besides limitless takeoff, which isn't as crucial on a big man. But the release on normal, I will say, is kind of annoying, and the lack of movement. So there's still like a tiny bit to complain about. I will say that we've been going through all these cards. Every one of these cards really kind of has something to complain about, which is kind of annoying. Because they could have made these cards like next level incredible, but they're all really good. It kind of does become preference, I will say, especially as you get higher up on the list where you want to rank these guys. But I've slotted Miles Turner into at the number 2 spot because he can play both power forward and center at a super high level. He's got incredible all-around badges and very solid stats, and the Miles Turner base, even on normal, is a good release as well. But at number 1, we're going with Michael Olowokandi, who is 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan and an incredibly massive player build. Looks like Shaq out there, who is also able to play power forward or center. And he has his flaws. 73 ball, no base shooting badges. It means you need to add catch and shoot to him. He also needs bailout and break starter. After that, it's up to you if you want to add a badge like pick dodger or unpluckable or a couple more shooting badges to him. But he's got gold limitless takeoff, a bunch of Hoff finishing badges, good Hoff defensive badges as well. Really good defender, good speed. 73 ball isn't great, but the thing is, the release is great. D-Rob base, Al Horford upper on quick. It's the exact same release that Joe Smith has, and it's really good. Normal leaner as well. MJ dribble style, Kobe escape. He's like a 7 foot tall Joe Smith. Also an elite slasher, also an elite defender, in fact even a better defender. Doesn't quite have the shooting stats, but with a coach and a shoe boost, it's not going to be a problem. This card is a top 3 power forward or center in the game. either position, he's top 3, and he's an incredible, incredible card. So for a pink diamond card, this is the guy that came out today that I definitely recommend everybody go and get, because he can play on every team in the game, from no money spent teams and new players to God squads in my team. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully y'all did enjoy. I apologize that my rankings probably were not perfect. I haven't used all these cards, so it's kind of tough to rank a bunch of cards you haven't used, to be fair, but I wanted to give y'all a pretty fair rankings so y'all can kind of use that to decide which galactic galactic conquerors that you want to pick. So hopefully this video does help that out. If it does, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.